All right. Welcome everybody to the Bookmap Academy. We were away last week, but we're back. And this is a coaching and mentoring program. So those that are using Bookmap and want to become much better, this is a program for you guys. We'll open up the mic. We'll go through your content, your trades, and then give some feedback. And there's a whole program involved with it. I can just show you. I'm not going to go into the details, but I just want to show you where you can find out more about it and apply. Is go to bookmap.com and then click on the More button here. And then under Community, you'll see Bookmap Academy here. Click on that. You can apply here. You can go through the details, how you can get Bookmap for free, MBO bundle. There's steps along the way, become a coach, etc. There's a whole roadmap here for you. All right, and a few news items, and then we'll jump in. We're still in the last days here of our Bookmap desk competition. So really, it's been great to see your guys. Here's the link. I'll put the link into the chat for you. Great to see your setups here using Bookmap, and look at all these crazy. I mean, just some people just like. And look at this guy here, and you know, he's just got it all. It's a little daunting, a little scary. And look at some of these other guys, like multiple monitors and multiple setups in here. So some great prizes. If you are interested in joining, all you need to do is you know, you can read the instructions here, but on your X, on your Instagram, or your LinkedIn account, just take a photo, upload it, and put hashtag bookmapdesk. You're in, just like that, and it'll show up here on our web page. All right, so that's that. $1,000 for the first prize, 500 for second, and third is access to Bookmap. So first and second prize also include Bookmap Global Plus and with data as well. Still continue to go over our new supply and demand setups course. It is on the Learning Center, and this is a good reference for anyone who is new to Bookmap. Just go to bookmap.com and click on Education here. And you'll see all the courses in here, including this new one for supply and demand setups. We've been going through a lot of these during the live events and webinars. So some good stuff in there. And we'll have a new design of this web page or Learning Center here soon. Okay, so look for that. And then Bookmap Academy, our list, just building out your playbook and journaling. What we're looking for, and this should be the template for your content when you're marking up your charts. What's the impetus? What's moving the market? Like today, what's moving the market? Why is it going to these highs and just screaming to the highs? So you know, is it interest rates? You know, is it geopolitical concerns aren't so grave? Are they getting better? Whatever the case may be. You know, understand what's moving the market. Then understand your key levels on the higher time frames. This is essential. All of these are essential. But once you get your key levels, now what you're looking for is, okay, how is it trading around those key levels? You know, what's the scenario and strategies that you want to look at around whatever your key levels may be? Higher time, high of day, low of day, or week, of VWAP, whatever it is, and picking the right strategy within the right higher time frame level and market impetus is essential to getting that right setup. Okay, because once you got your setup, then it's just automatic. Everyone knows their setups. They have their checklist. They just identify the elements on the chart and they execute. That's it. So part number 4 is what we cover the most in here, but 1, 2, and 3 are essential, and it will dramatically improve your trading, I think, if you can understand what's behind some of the moves, and then your setups will work like a charm. If you have the wrong setup, or the wrong setup, but you know the setup, you trade it correctly, but you're not in the right scenario or strategy for the day, your setup, you're going to lose faith in your setup because you'll probably have lackluster performance. And that's when it's like, wow, okay, what's wrong with my setup? It's not working anymore. Well, it's probably because of 1, 2, and 3 up above here. Anyway, we're going to. This is a criteria for the Bookmap Academy, is to have 1 trade markup a day, and we're looking for high quality, displaying these things on the chart, and then we want to see progress, and that's how you can graduate into the Bookmap Academy, and we're building out our playbooks here along the way. All right, so market disclosures here. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. Thank you, guys. For going, it's always a lot to go through, but I think it's always valid for people who are coming in who are new. Let's see here. Why don't we start off with David? You welcome back, and we'll just jump right in here.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I've got Rob and Dan who aren't in the room, so I might kick the ball back to you.
Oh, okay.
You don't mind, Bruce?
Okay.
But Rob does sometimes join us a little bit later, doesn't he, if I've got that one correct?
Right. Okay, let's see here.
Thanks, Vinny.
And
sort of still the thread there. I know you're on a roll.
No, this is good. We want to cover people who are in the room here.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
And while you do that, let me have a big shout out to Laura. I've been chatting a lot with Laura today. We were sort of sharing some trading ideas and everything, and it's been really nice, Laura, seeing your side of the market and sharing those with me today, which I'm always happy to do with any of the Academy members, as you know, Bruce.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Laura's been just a model here for the Bookmap Academy, and as well as many others in here. And the results show, how well she's been doing. It's just, and Laura, you're rather new to trading, and it's just been amazing progress. I mean, just exponential progress. Let's see here. We've got more people in, but I still don't see some of the people we're covering. Hold on a minute, though. Well, let's see. Why don't you go with Dan, and we'll just get started, David, and see if maybe he comes in, or maybe we'll get to someone else.
That's fine. Yeah, sure. So I've got a short on ES. So I've not seen his charts before. So he's got, if you zoom in onto the first one here, so it's a similar colors to yours, Laura. If I say so. My usual sort of open bit, it's nice to sort of see new traders coming in, so really thank you, appreciate you doing that. Apologies, Dan, if I've missed what time zone, etc., are on, but it's nice to sort of be refreshed, as we see on some of the other charts, the time of day and the time zone. That just helps us coaches to be able to look back and compare against our own charts, but also other people who want to be able to do that, so that's worth adding in. Do like the notes on the charts, these are really good. Another little tip there, if you could, is maybe look to number those things. Of course, a lot of us will read from the left to right, but some of us read from the right to the left, depending on your geography. So that can sort of help us on that. The entry that you took is outside the chart range. You've noted you got in at 5,993.5, which is fantastic, but it's not actually on this chart. We can see the stops been moved around. We can see the TP, the take profit, being moved around, which is great. But it would be nice to sort of see maybe something a little bit zoomed out so we can see exactly what the action was that led you to get into there. You talk a little bit about here about the geopolitical news, which is fantastic. That's the thread that Bruce was pulling a moment ago. Again, if there's a chance you can just add a little bit within the post, that can again help people that look back and think, oh, okay, it was something that Trump said, or it's something that came out of Israel, etc., etc. That can be really good. So that's the overall theme there, Bruce, in terms of the chart. What we do see here is a lot of liquidity, which I know Dan is interested in. Stan's even more interested in to talk across this. What I like about the chart here is if we look around about sort of 1830 and a little bit before that, when we get into that first liquidity level, Bruce, of 5984, we go through that at pace. We've got the purple sell vol bars at the bottom. The price comes back a little bit. And again, it's the thing that you'll talk about, but it fails. You've got those lower highs being printed, and then it just, that's it. And then it just gradually fades its way back down to the other liquidity levels. And you get that sort of rinse and repeat. And then at 5978, when the price pulls back up at 1835, there's a little bit of bullion. That's it, going on. And that sort of comes in. In the subchart, we can see we've got some decent stops being pulled, and we've got some ice going on in that mix. And we saw this again today. You see it every day, where you've got to look at everything together. You've got to be able to build, seeing what the ice is telling you. Are those guys and girls, are they getting in, or are they covering, etc., and not just trade, as you will always say, Bruce, it's not a signal service. So putting that all together. So this is a really nice setup. I love the way that he's moving down his take profit. He's reacting to that, which is good. On the next chart below, it shows a little bit more, Bruce, but it's the same. It just shows a little bit more. You can see what he's been moving around on that. I'd be curious if he was on the call to understand whether he scaled in. There's some good scaling opportunities here when you get those pullbacks, or pull-ups, I should say, to be able to get in, to know a little bit more about that. And that's really where I am on that. So I'm going to throw the ball over to you, Vinny, please. I'm going to catch you out. You thought I was going to stand, didn't you? Yeah.
Hey, David, thank you very much. Yes.
Cheers, buddy.
Welcome, everybody. And welcome back, David. Yeah.
Thank you. Pleasure.
You are okay. Welcome. Yeah. Just to go back to your original post over there that had the purple dots.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is it looks like you had a little bit of a break. Now, I can't really see where he went ahead and entered.
You can't. No.
Yeah, I don't know where he ended. However, I like the way he went ahead and considered the impetus of it with the news. I think Bruce had mentioned that the last time, about that as well. And it looks like he applied that as well, that atmosphere. Also, I also like the way he has his CVD in the subchart over there. And I think that was another asset that he might be able to use in this particular setup, because it's at an extreme. And don't forget, the CBD and also the VPI is part of the MBO packages is now available for everybody. And and those of us who don't really use the CBD in the subchart, it displays an extreme of buyers or sellers that typically wants to return to normal. For example, an extreme on either end is an asset, and when combined with other assets can provide an edge. And don't forget, the VPI is also provides one with an audio alert upon reaching a criteria. And when combined with the CBD, can be very powerful. So that's another asset that could be applied here as well. But otherwise, I see as his target to his liquidity, and he followed his setup. So well done.
Yeah, no, really good. And that CBD, that's a good thing for me to reinforce. I use CBD a lot, some of you know. Although I'm probably more in the minority, I think, of using CBD for the session, and I split it out. I think a lot of people like to use it just for the chart, Bruce. So it's the sort of chart frame. Yeah, again, it's what works for you. That's for sure.
You're right.
Stanza, thank you. Great stuff.
Thanks.
Great stuff.
So thank you, David, for highlighting the liquidity. So I'm wondering why he higher his stops. So if he has well-defined money management. So
Yeah,
it would
fair.
be great to explain it. Maybe considering to use the smart clustering for maybe getting more insight about the order flow. After depends how you like to read it. But yeah, that's the main point. And as you said, for the entry, a bit hard to say anything about it.
Yeah. But a
But
good read of the market, that's for sure, in terms of the market's going down, it's reacting to news, the chart's telling us, we can see those lower highs, the volume's picking up in the subchart, some of the signals there, you've got liquidity as targets, and the rest is history, so to speak. So nice, effective, simple trading. Let's go back to Bruce, please. Monday morning quarterback, you and me, buddy.
All right. Let me pull up my armchair. All right.
Yeah.
So all the things that you guys mentioned, great stuff. I mean, there are some other kind of subtleties or maybe to add to. And it's like today. I mean, like on this is a strong move down. And a lot of times, like today on the strong move up, we're looking at the charts and thinking, oh well, it's got to reverse. It's hitting. Look at it's hit 3 levels of liquidity. It's got to reverse, right? And it just doesn't. It definitely slows it down, but it doesn't really reverse. And you can kind of see that happening here on these strong moves, like in here.
Okay.
It's trying. I mean, you don't see a lot of buyers down here too much, but like it's definitely hit this high liquidity and slowed down. And there's just a lot of selling pressure, and there's not enough interest on the buy side. So what does it do? It just kind of grinds like this, and then there's enough sellers to get that price discovery again. And get that move lower, and a lot of this is due to this right here, number 1 he's got on his list here with the geopolitical stuff, no one's interested, and the order flow stuff is happening, but this is where that context is so key, and not to get again like when that kind of list that we had in the beginning, to not get disillusioned by my setup's not working. Well, there's just some powerful forces in the market, and like you said, David, all 3 coaches, like with the management here, nicely done. Let this thing run, and he's also there's this move down, which he said he was in at 93 here, right? Fantastic. It'd be great to see, but he is pointing to something really keen here, which I really like. There's another trade here, here's your low volume node. This is and all you auction market theory guys like know that what this means is rejection. It means that price is not accepting here, right? There's no trades. It just blazed right through it. It has come back up to revisit and test that, typically on low volume, but not so sure. I mean, you do see this little cluster of buying in here, so maybe it goes around, kind of wiggles around for a while and then goes over, but nonetheless, there's rejection here. I would look for it as the first retest of that rejection. I would look for it to reject again, as long as that context is showing up, and you do have high liquidity here, and you can also see the sellers come in again. So it's nice that he also showed the next image, and it did work out, right? Here's that low volume node up here. Here's that pullback to here. And then the continuation to the downside. So these kinds of things is kind of next level, I think, of the scaling in, or maybe you're out one position and you get back in another position and manage it as a separate position.
I love these trades where you get the additional liquidity coming in there, Bruce, that 5978, as you say, today there was a fair bit of that going on. Lots of traders in the room today were like, when do I get in? When can I get in? And when you see that bullion going on, it's a great signal.
Yeah. The what did you call it? The
Tarantino's.
The Tarantino red blood.
Blood. Yeah, blood. Yeah. And it goes.
Yeah, and you marked it up like it was helter skelter, Charles Manson with your pen tool,
There you go.
But you're spot on. I mean, like, the market's down. There's reason for it to be down. They're still in control. Even that pullback in here is still showing weakness, basically a strong move lower. You get the beautiful pullback, but you get more liquidity in the low volume node zone. It wants to, basically it's telling us it is going to reject again. There are sellers willing to engage here again, and then we're just looking for those aggressors here to have a reaction to that, and then we look for levels of liquidity, reduce some risk, and try to get a runner. I really a nice chart. I wish he was in here, and we'd.
Yeah, me too. I've just popped in the chat, Bruce. It's not a great chart, but this is from the Qs today, and this shows a little bit of book flip. And I know Moby's been posting a fair bit of Qs as a sort of a cleaner chart. You can see now this wasn't necessarily marked up for anything apart from a little bit of posting, but you'll see how you get that flip where you got the volume. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I don't tell you what to look at. But you can just see how that comes in, the green volume bars, and this is showing the whole RTH. But yeah, it to me anyway, as a NASDAQ trader for most of today, it just tells you which direction you're going in. When you see that book flipping in, you get the support coming in or the bullion coming in. It's not as blood as it could be, but it tells me enough of what we're hoping to do. And then you had the upper level, which it didn't get to in the end. It didn't get to 250. I was really hopeful we are going to get there. That level had been in from the get go, but we did all the other levels, the 243 and the 246.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is you're in the Qs actually here. You're not in the
I was charting the Qs and trading NQ, and
okay.
I do like to look at this. You've got obviously the gamma levels, or not obviously on the far left in the cloud note. You've got that, but you can just get to me anyway, a cleaner visual as to what's going on.
Yeah.
Particularly when those big bars come in. The same on spiders when you look at that, and of course then I marry that across what I'm seeing on here.
Yeah. Nice one, David. I mean, like, look at like you were saying about look at your confluence here of a book flip. I mean, here you've got liquidity underneath, right? After trading high liquidity here, you've got liquidity underneath on the bid and the high volume on the buy side.
You did. And while we're on this chart, if I may, Bruce, if you look towards the 9429. Go a little bit to the left. Go left. Keep going left. Stop. Yeah, there. That V down is London close. That there, as Laura, I was chatting to Laura at the time, Laura, weren't we? We're talking about that V there. That is London close. You have this real blip down as London traders bagged up, European traders bagged up, in my opinion, from a great session. And so the price is dipping back down, and it was to the minute. It did a 180 and got back up.
Yeah, beautiful.
And we talk about time of day a lot, don't we? Here we do.
Yeah.
I mean, two charts worth looking at for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great point, David, with the time of day, because that should fit into that scenarios and strategies, part before you get to your setup. Because, like, let's suppose you had your great setup. Sorry guys to kind of labor the point. It's trending. I'm going to buy off the trend here, the trend line and the channel, and yet it's European close. Do you really want to? Maybe there's something in here that tells you like, oh yeah, I got it. There's some sort of confluence, and you're going to nail it. But time of day comes down here, then it rejects, and then it comes right back up, and then it does the continuation move here.
That's it. Yeah. And for my trade in here, I came off at London close on a pullback. It hit my very tight stop, and I was talking at the time about being very tight bootlegging, as I call it, into my stop. And then I re-entered on that sharp V. I love those sharp V's, as a lot of you know.
Yeah.
Simple day, but easy to say that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, nice. Thanks, David.
Pleasure.
All right. So,
hey, Bruce.
Yes.
Bruce, this is Vinny. Again. I was actually trying to go back and check what day that trade was on. Now, was that I believe that was by Dan Yu who did that?
That is, yeah.
Okay, yeah. The reason why I was asking is because I was looking at that low volume zone that he had, a low volume node that was there. I mean, that's a great point that you brought up, Bruce, because that's something that I also look at as well. This is really kind of a great example of a pullback into that low volume zone or node that's called, because like you mentioned, Bruce, there's no liquidity there, very little. There's and so it climbs back up and searches around to try to grab something, and nothing's there, and it resumes back down. I just didn't see the other image that was up, and sure enough, it did go back down, didn't it? Just like you said, right down to 67. So there was a couple of trades there, and I think this is just a fabulous example of that low volume zone and node that was displayed there. So I just thought I'd share that in just toss that in. Sorry.
Yeah, no, thanks, Vinny. I mean, it's just and it's good to hear that confirmation, because if you look at this in here, you might be thinking like, well, maybe my setup is, you can see like probably some sort of like little head and shoulders in here someplace, or maybe it's like the 1, 2, 3 pattern, or there might be some sort of reversal, and you're thinking, okay, if it breaks here, I'm in, right? You can see probably a little structure here, and then you're thinking, okay, it's coming up, right? Yet here's what you've got in the bigger picture here. Like this, a low volume node, and you've got traders here telling you, they want to short it. This is a deal with this very, very weak market, even after trading into high liquidity here. It's again like that kind of scenario. I'm going back to that point number 3 on the list, was the scenarios and the strategies for the day. So you're short, you're looking to go short. Your strategy is, there's a lot of weakness in the market, and you'd have to see something really spectacular here, or news or something to take this on the long side, unless you're scalping it for just a few ticks or points or something. So anyway, enough said. Let's see here. I think we've got I don't know if Dan you just came in. We just went into detail on your trade, but let's see here. Can go over. Who else do we have? Ah, yeah, right. Okay. Vinny. All right. So Greeny and Trading is Life. So Greeny is newer guy, or relatively new. So let's jump in and invite him up to the stage.
Greeny.
Hey guys.
Hey, welcome, Greeny. Hey, yeah. I saw your trade over here that you had. This was another a great example that you had, and just to follow through really quick, you used your trend structure break that I noticed as well. You had your CVD signal long. All right. I think we just mentioned that's another asset that you can use as well in your trading plan if you want. And also, I noticed orders were being pulled higher as well. And you had your liquid target up there about 7-8 points, and you nailed it. It looked like. They're really good about your chart over here is that you identified your setup. You had your enter right around 60.37, and your exit was right around the 44. So that was 7 points. That was really terrific. And yeah, I noticed, and then you have your chart to the left over there that you also identified where your buy was, and that was also awesome. And I think you also use the low volume on node and zone as well. So my question would be to you is, I wonder if you would mind sharing your knowledge on you talked about your divergence with an oscillator, if you can share that with everybody, and also a little bit more about your LBN at the 520 stops and green delta, if you don't mind, and maybe just an overview of your trade here and setup, if you don't mind sharing that with us.
Yeah, of course. I was getting into trading, I was coding some strategies and so on. And actually, I found out that nothing worked actually very well. I found out something like that if you go to really low time frames, then always when you have, for example, I don't know, big buy pressure, you also have instantly the sell pressure, or vice versa. So that's where I actually utilized my small oscillator on 10-second time frame. But actually, this wasn't very leading me to profitable trades. It was actually giving me very good opportunities to entry the trades. The entries were very good. Like I could get into trades on 10 ticks or 12 ticks and don't get stopped out right away. But I wasn't actually aligned with context and so on. And that's when I joined to Traders Lab, and I actually started to look into mean reversion a little bit more and so. And that's where I actually got into something where I was more patient, and I was waiting for this setup. And actually, it helps me really a lot. I used on the right side, you can see really a mean reversion trade, but I was actually just looking where it was going into low volume node. And then when I saw a lot of absorption and so on, and I went just long, back to the mean. And it actually works almost all the time when I get the markets in balance. It's like really good strategy, I think.
Terrific. Yes, and I think you really highlighted your patience. So you really waited till your setup was identified, and then you went ahead and applied your strategy on it and your system. So that was outstanding. And I just wanted to go ahead and maybe go ahead and ask Stan for some of his feedback. Stan, do you have anything, words of wisdom for us?
Yeah, not a lot. I think you highlight all the good things, and thanks for your explanation too. No, like this, I don't see anything more to add. Thanks.
And maybe one more thing which I would add, that's if I am looking into some divergences, these are for me better trades, because I wrote some backtests for actually divergences, and I found out that if I don't just wait for the for the extreme, but I wait really on the extreme when I find a divergence, that's much better. Like it's, I don't know, it has much higher probability to get into the trade, and I instantly actually know if my trade is right or no, because if I am on extreme and if it reacts right away, then I just keep the trade. But if it doesn't, and I see that it's falling below, then I just don't wait. I just quit it, because I was wrong.
I see. Okay. Yes, and I did also read in your comments in our academy room about RTH, your regular trading hours. Would you mind go ahead and sharing that with us? I believe you mentioned that this may not have worked during regular trading hours, if I read that correctly, or did I not read that correctly? Would you mind sharing that with us?
Not sure what you mean. Can you tell me more in exact what you mean? I'm not sure.
Yes. I thought you wrote that in your write-up, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'll go ahead and check just to double check. And why don't we go ahead and move on to David right now to see if he has any comments at all about your trade
Cheers,
as well.
buddy.
David,
Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you, and
welcome.
welcome, traders. So lovely chart. Not a lot to add, except the sort of the broader context, which is, again, I'm going to say like Bruce is saying, we've seen this today where the price just flushes down. I often call that a price gouge. So we're ripping buyers, and those in the know just want to get a better entry price. You can sort of see that going on. You get that, as I call it, a 180. For those that don't know what I'm on about, a 180-degree turn. So you can see that on the price. It's just pivoted around, and then it's going back up to, as you rightly traded into, that high liquidity. The other thing to add in here that I've said many times before, you can definitely make a living just taking 7 points out of this market all day long, or a little bit less. And I know that can be a little bit controversial, but Bruce, I know you'll support me on that one, please.
Oh yeah, I would say even a couple of points. If you're good at taking a couple of points every day, I mean, you can put, load up with 10, 20 contracts, you're done.
Yes, you're done. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about the commissions. It's nothing in the
Who cares?
So yeah, well, who cares? Yeah.
Yeah, and I know, David, you see that blood and you start spanking them in there and just like pushing that market. Come on.
I do. I mean, again, blow my own trumpet, as somebody saw my post today. On those pullbacks today, we were shown on cues. I started with 2, and it was soon double digits, just from going with a couple of contracts, and then it's really churning up with them. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, we were going to have a special event with you, David, and you're going to have to talk more about that. So it's really great, and it's so aggressive.
Yes.
And yeah, you're out. If it goes against you, you just dump it. You're out. Who cares? Yeah. Like you're looking to ride this momentum, and it's strong. Go with it. Simple. Yeah, I mean, like, I have a few comments on this. I think it's great. Everything, Greenie, what you said, and your diligence and your back testing and finding out and writing code and getting deep into some of the order flow events and things here is excellent. It's kind of funny. I would say like maybe to maybe assist, maybe it's something to look at again, how we started off the webinar, and let me bring it up here. Speaking about the higher time frames and the geopolitical or the impetus, what's moving that market. Just because like I think this might be worthy to look into, to filter your trades, because you're looking at very technical levels, yet the market might just be relating to what's going on geopolitically, or it doesn't care technically. Just think of it this way, like you're a VWAP trader, and the news comes out for CPI data 8:30, and it's way outside of expectations, the number, good or bad, whatever. It's going to redefine the market. If the market is really watching that event, which it has been for some years now because of the interest rates, but it's gonna blow those technical levels out of the water. At that point, VWAP is useless. who cares? No one cares about it. What they're going to care about is much higher time frame levels and where price is going to go to those levels. It's going to blow right through VWAP. So in this day here that we see, what was kind of going on in the market, and why I bring this up is because that should help your mean reversion trades a lot. Like we were just with Dan or Dan Y, that he had recognized the geopolitical negative news, and we saw it in the price action that it was just weak. On a day like today, if the market is kind of mildly up or mildly down, here you've got a move down, you've got high liquidity being filled, and buyers start to roll in. This is where that mean reversion trade, it's much more likely on your side at that point, because you don't have these other traders with the fundamental news behind it. So that's something to consider maybe as a filter, and to then find the right strategy to align with those higher time frame levels. So your important level, which you've got it here, you can see it in the profile. So is very thinly traded down here. You have high liquidity getting filled here. Great, you got the trend line and structure break, and you got the volume here. This is set up. This is the right setup with the right scenario and strategy for the day. And you've got your beautiful target here. It's something to look into. I mean, if everything worked every time, we wouldn't be having these meetings.
Very true.
So it's something to maybe look into for filtering, because the market can move up to here. It's going to find buyers, whereas in the Dan Yu's chart, it wasn't going to find buyers. So anyway, that's my main comment here.
I absolutely agree with you. For example, for me, if I see some geopolitical events bigger, I don't even trade. I try to just keep out myself from market, to not rush in, because mostly when I do, then I just lose. It's like I somehow identified that trading the news, it's not for me. So I just try to keep out myself from this.
Yeah, that's great. Or maybe you have a more of a directional setup that you're looking for, and those days are the days that you would want to employ those setups.
I would like to vet my trades for this, but I don't have this for now. So
okay.
That's for me. I get it like a gambling for me. So I try to really just keep myself to these setups, which I actually got from the Traders Lab, which is really good.
Right. Okay. Well, sounds good. Going back to just the comment from Vinny that initiated this whole discussion about your CVD and other confluences here. This is something that I didn't really mention in that structural break video, trend line break and accumulation, but I think Vinny, you were the one that brought it in. Actually, is like, you were at a key level and you had CVD and you had like market pulse, really pinging to the downside. Then you had your structural break. Then you had your accumulation, and that's when you got in. So you added something more into it here. So is this is something here key for you, Greeny, that you're looking for in the adding your CVD signal in here?
Yeah, I actually really look for CVD, because the CVD is something which is main for me. Like I look for the, I don't know, divergence and so on. And if I see, for example, you can see that I have a divergence on the left side. on my oscillator, which is a really low time frame. It's like 10 seconds time frame. And if I see that, then I look for something in order flow, like some confirmation. And you can see it on the right side that there was a dip to down, then it went right up. So actually the price didn't move that much back, but then it broke. So I was like, hey, this is a high probability setup. I can try it. It's not 100%, but it's more than 50. So I can go for it. And then there is a big liquidity level, which is actually a magnet for price. So it's probable that it will get back to there. So that was my doubt about it.
Yeah, great. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, let's see. Vinny, anything else you want to cover here? I think
No,
that's it for Greeny, right?
Yeah, that's it for Greeny,
me.
correct. Fantastic. And also fantastic explanation, Bruce, regarding the CBD. That was outstanding, and the trend break.
Well, you're the one that brought that into it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you did really well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you,
Greeny. You did awesome.
Well done, buddy. Well done.
Should we go over trading is life, Vinny? We'll pivot.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I know we go tradings for life. I know I also had Liberty guy, and it's too bad he's not here because he did an excellent Rumble video, and he had an awesome trade, a 3-to-1 risk reward, and with background music too. So we'll have to get him another time. But I think trading is life has a fantastic trade right here, and you let me know whenever you're ready, Bruce.
No, we're all set. He's here.
Oh, we're all set. Okay. Trading for life is are you on the mic?
Yeah, I'm here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
There he is. All right. Great having you. Trading is life again. You had a terrific trade over here. I looked at it. I mean, you two also had a trend line break that I noticed, and you used your CVD signal as well. That's here. So it's actually it seems like a topic that we've been discussing for this session anyway, at least a small portion of it. But the really good that you have mentioned here is your chart annotations. I thought they were fabulous. You have a defined entry, you're targeting your stop. You identified absorption, exhaustion, and volume is above normal, and maybe you can go ahead and share that a little bit more with us. And just to go ahead and just give an overview from, looks like you had your trend line break, you had your CVD signal for short, you had your entry at 61.57, and you also had your stop loss above that as well, so which was fantastic. And then you had your target at VWAP at 4 points. And just a little something that I noticed as well, which your target was great. I was wondering maybe if you had you might have been able to have a second target as well with the liquid with 7 points. So that was just something that I noticed real quick. And so maybe you can go ahead and share with us some of your trade management and setup here, and then we can toss it to David, and maybe he can provide us with some more of his outstanding insight, if you don't mind. Take it away.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so as you see, the price was at an uptrend. Then when they hit the liquidity area, then I waited for the pullback. And then once I saw, Bruce talks about this all the time, All Market is Live. And I saw I went back and saw the video as well. I saw the absorption and then waited for the pullback. When it went back up, then it started exhaustion. As you can see, it didn't make it back to the liquidity area. So that's when I waited. Once it crossed that trend line, then I shorted the position and I targeted my VWAP as always. But yeah, Vinny, as you said, I should have had a second target because the price continued moving downward. That's just a habit I have. Like once I hit my target, I just want to get out the position for more of a mental break, So I exited on a couple of more points. I should have just did half exit and then waited for after the VWAP to see if it was going to continue. But as you see, I number them. That's the way I was looking at it. So I looked at the absorption, then I looked at the exhaustion, then I go look at the volume to see if I have volume to back volume in the CVD in the price act to back up my thesis. Then once I saw that, then that's when I kind of entered the position with conviction, knowing that it was going to continue to go downward.
Fabulous. Yeah, you pull back and that identified your entry trigger, and then boom, you were right in it. That was terrific identification. And yeah, like you had mentioned, and maybe you could have had a target 2, take half of it off, and then just see what happens, see if it gets down to that liquid. But yeah, a great structure, great setup. You got in and you're out, low stress, and you're done. Yeah, let's throw it to 911. Help.
Hi, buddy. No, lovely chart in. Nice trade. I like the way, if we look at sort of from 940 onwards, we can see the volume is just about sort of tailing off a little bit. You then get that lovely failure, you call it exhaustion there, where we got the green bubble goes up, and then we just get those, it's lower price action, isn't it? It's those sort of lower highs coming through. You go in, it's the sort of trades we see that John does, where that really binary stop. I love the placement of that stop. It's like Bruce talks about what I do. It's either going to work or it's not. You've got the increase in liquidity coming in at 61.25, which is that sort of bullion thing. And then, yeah, off she goes, and she goes down low. So, yeah, lovely, simple trade. And I'll reiterate what I said 5 minutes ago. 7 points, do that all day long, mate. Just do that all day long. Don't worry about anything more. That's legend. Over to you, Stan, please, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I really like the order flow read from this trade. I think you highlight all the key elements. Nice to see your target and confluence with liquidity and your VWAP. As Vinny said, you could maybe watch for another runner for lower liquidity that would maybe fit in confluence with other levels than you might have. Other than that, yeah, just great trade. That's it for me.
Awesome, Stan. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Bruce.
Yeah, trading is life. Just love your work. Love your attitude and your work ethic. You've been integrating order flow within your VWAP. You came from the VWAP school and brought order flow into it. Was it Stan or I forget. I think Stan, it was you saying like, well, maybe try to get a runner out of this here, and maybe look for the 150 down here at 6150, etc. I think maybe that's something to restudy separately, because I think this is fantastic. You have your reasons for getting out here. There's VWAP. There's structure here. There's liquidity here. There's three reasons to get out. I love that you're looking for that retest back down to the VWAP here. We don't know. This might be it. Maybe the buyers start to come in. Maybe it just goes like this a little bit, and then you get big buyers come in and comes right back up to 6160 liquidity.
And that's usually the case.
Okay, I want to see the trade on the way back up then next time.
No problem.
I want to see
that's usually the case.
Trading it both ways there. No, I'm just kidding. But this is again, like maybe we talked about this with the psychology. You saw your setup. It met your criteria. You took your you executed your trade flawlessly, and your take profit. Look for the next, and that'll build your confidence to look for the next one. and also to be more disciplined instead of like, wow, you know, I'm gonna try to hold it for a winner and it's gonna come down to the figure, and then yet it comes right back up and stops you out. So way to go on that. You know, you're looking for something specific. It did it, and you executed.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be too greedy. I had my set target. I got it. I got out because, like you said, it usually accumulate for a while, then or shoot right back up. Then it eats my profit. Then that just plays a lot on my mental capital and just mess me up for the whole day. Then I get emotionally hijacked, and I just wanted to just just get the 4 or 5 points, get out, look for the next one.
Yeah.
That way, I stay motivated. I stay trading and start gambling and get emotionally jacked. So, but that's why I got out. Like you said, I saw that liquidity right above the VWAP, and I was like, this thing may go back up.
Yeah, and you're a VWAP trader. I mean, this is, you know, what you do, and it's hitting your level. Makes good sense. It's tough. I mean, it's this is kind of a bigger discussion. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys have watched Pirate Traders, Charles, Mondays, and you know, he too is like Tom. He's a you know, volume or market profile guy, and you know, he looks for when and Scott Pulcini does the same thing too. Like, there's a value area and it's broken, and now it's trending. Now it's price discovery. So you know, we don't know. Is this in a price discovery mode? I mean, heck, there's a big low volume node right here. You know, you're trading right into it. But the market auction theory, or in you know, market profile theory that goes along with it, is that now it's in price discovery mode, and you should get some sort of continuation. Doesn't have to, that's for sure. But anyway, I just mentioned it because Stan mentioned, you know, maybe trying to, you know, look for more of a runner, and maybe it's great. It's just maybe as a separate study. Don't mess with your study or your execution and your plan right now. That's everything I wanted to say about that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So anything else on this one, guys? I think Vinny, great job. I mean, you got it all marked up here beautifully.
Yeah, I just copied for Trading His Life. He did fabulous, outstanding.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. Liberty guys. Did he maybe come in?
No, he's not, and it's too bad too, because he had a great setup as well, just like Trading His Life did. And I wish he would here so he can share exactly what he did. And yeah, but we can go over it real quick if you want.
Yeah, we got it up. We might as well. Let's jump in.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Let me bring it up here myself. Yeah, James, you know, Liberty guy. He did a video on Rumble. You know, about a 30-minute one. I listened to it. I mean, it was fantastic. He had background music. You know, what was really good the way he did this trade was his trade management, because he had a defined entry, he had a stop, and he also had his target. Okay, and it was a 3-to-1 target. But what he did was he managed the trade, and then he moved his stop up as price went higher, and then he evaluated as the price was going up, and his trade management. And so what he did was is that he also went ahead and moved his target even higher. So I was curious. I would have liked to know his reasoning behind it all, and I kind of got an idea. But yeah, so this is an example that he used. He had a trend structural break. He had his liquid support. It looked like it was a book flip over here as well. And then he had a higher low. And then that's where he put his entry right around 623, 3-to-1 R&R. And he had his liquid target at about 14 points. And then he adjusted that as it went along, as well as his stop loss too. So again, he had, I wish he was here to go ahead and share a little bit more about, his entry and targets. But otherwise, yeah, Bruce, pretty much what we've been talking about, trend breaks and entries, and now we throw in some higher lows. And and that's about it. So any comments from anybody? Let's go with David.
Cheers, buddy. No, nice. Those V's, that's on Rob's as well. And I've talked about those. We've all talked about them before. I love them. I love seeing it. And Bookmap is, to me, very unique of showing that structure. And it's a real clear sign of an entry, whether it's a sell or to get in. Yeah, love it. That's all I can add there. And nice to see 14 points. Well played. Respect.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Orders were pulling higher, and he just followed it. Yeah, just like on Bookmaps, identifying that. You're right, David. Exactly. And how about Stan?
Yeah, I just find maybe the entry a bit aggressive like this, but I don't have all the images. But yeah, not so much more to say.
Yeah, definitely. I actually did a screenshot off his video, so I had to stop it. So a great setup for him. And how about Bruce?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's kind of like a mysterious this video because it's hard to see what's kind of going on here.
Sure.
I recall like this number kind of pops up in my mind, at least the 60-20 has been kind of going back and forth or been played out a lot. So it spikes below it and comes back up above it, and you can even see the little retest in here to it. There was liquidity on the bid here. It's back in on the bid again at that level after it flushed through it. This looks like an important level. It would just be better to see it kind of, I think, marked up. I like the this kind of floating back up, and it's kind of an odd move. I mean, there's quite a bit of selling volume here, and it's actually quite hard to read this chart. The time frames as well, and I know that you can see the heavy selling, and you can see the flush through, and then how much buying on coming back up, just quite a bit of volatility there, and I'm surprised to see that buyers coming in so strong against all of this selling in here, it worked out. And liquidity target up here at 14 points. Kind of mysterious to me, I think.
Yeah, maybe I could have taken a better screenshot of the video, but yeah, he actually had his target even further up. I think he got out at 47. So,
wow.
But there'll be another time that we can go ahead and discuss it when he's here.
Right. Okay. All right. Thanks, Vinny.
Thank you.
Let's see here. And Stan, let's move on to you.
Yeah, great.
All right.
So I have Rob and Steven.
Okay. There we are. Found it. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if Rob is here.
I know Steven was. I don't know if he is now. Oh, he's here. He's in the room. Okay. Let's go over Steven then.
Yeah, great.
Test.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, working well.
Good. I need a date. What date is this?
So that was the 25 June, Wednesday. as you mentioned.
Okay, yesterday. I mean, yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if you want to go over it a bit. We can, as you wish.
just hang on, I'm just looking. I don't know if you want to go to the other slide, because basically I'm going to give you the impetus. So this was on Wednesday. Market opened near yesterday's high, 61.55 and a quarter, and overnight high is also at 61.46ish, so it's just below it. Higher inside range. Okay, so it didn't break above, it was still in the previous day's range. We failed to catch bid and push higher. I still managed to find a mean reversion long. Obviously, it's kind of trend because if you look at the open and the market sold off, it was making lower lows and lower highs. So I was kind of going against the grain a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. Still saw what I still saw what I liked on the order flow, and I ended up taking it. But if you look at slide 2, which is this one, you can see I did probe a couple times and I took some stops. So the trade we're looking at is a lot more late in the day, probably like just before 2 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, so it was a bit tricky taking those stops. You can go to the following slide, the next slide, and then I can talk on a bit of order flow. So point 1, you can see I am pointing at so that trade was also a long, and I got a scale, and then I saw an opportunity to add, and then my stop got hit immediately, and then I took another long, got stopped out as well. Point 2, you see sellers come in, trade into high liquidity on the bid, so basically it's another flush. Saw some buyers coming in. Well, before we saw some buyers, we can also confirm the sellers on the delta bars on point 3. And then we had some buyers come in, price action ran off, and I saw an opportunity on the pullback, so I got long. Looking at it, hindsight, I think a little early, because you can see the higher lows on point 6. We got 2 of them, so it's always like this, hindsight, you wish you'd done something else, but at least kind of clear if you look at this. Yeah, so I put my stop, you can see there on 0.5, just below that higher low. So I tried not to take on too much risk. And then I saw some clear liquidity on the bid just below those higher lows. And you can see I adjusted my stop just below that, for some extra protections. If it was going to push, then, I'd be knocked out. What else? On point 7, you can see low volume pullback on the delta bars. And then, which I didn't mark there, but you can see at 2:30 Eastern, some buying volume coming in, and you can see the market was catching some bid. On point 8, high liquidity on the bid, bidding and supporting the market. Just talk about that a lot. It's a nice confirmation that someone is trying to push this up. Well, at least to the POC. On point 9, you see high volume delta bubbles, aggressive. The aggressor, and you can see they're in control. I took my target 1 scale at the POC just before it, which worked quite nicely. We also had the mid there, and you can see the VWAP. What else? So on point 11, you can see the market pulled back again to the high volume of the what do you call it? The higher low consolidation, that range where you see that up and down, and it's kind of stuck in that area. So it came back, retested. I added again. Now I like that entry because you can see it traded into some bid liquidity, and then I got in. Unlike the first entry long where it was a little bit aggressive. If you look at 0.4 and 6, where the higher lows are. So yeah, at least I improved a little bit. I got my scale for the ad on 0.15, and then the market closed. That was the RTH close for the day, and then I just exited because I noticed that the book was starting to get light. And then obviously delta bars on 0.13, you can see a low volume pullback delta bars, and then right next to the number 13, some high volume delta bars on the buy side. And yeah, that's about it. Sorry, I went through everything, but I think that's
great to have all the explanation, all the notes, all the effort that you put in your work. So that's great. So I find good to see like your empathies. You
that will
make
be on the other slide.
Yeah, exactly. So you said everything about it, so that's great. About the key levels, higher time frame. I don't see any clear levels from higher time frame, so I don't know if it was more about the structure or just due to all the notes that you took before you decide to go long, because it seems you were just taking longs. Then
Yeah.
I don't know for that if you have.
So what you're saying is kind of going against the grain a little bit, and did I have a reason? I think that's what you're asking, right?
Yeah, at this time it's more like about if you have any key levels from higher time frame area where you are relying on, for example, like we have your impetus, but do we have when we have the Bruce slides, for example, from the academy?
Yeah. Well, I initially thought that we would squeeze the shorts, so that is kind of why. But it was very clear to me when we hit the POC and the VWAP and we failed to break above it. I think David would also add to that. It's kind of clear because we failed to break above the VWAP. I think that's also Vinny. Vinny also kind of sees that as well. Yeah, it's very clear to me now. But I did like that second ad where it held that and it was a higher low. In terms of yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't know. I'm trying to not get stuck on a bias as well, but maybe I am kind of. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how to navigate that. I don't know if I'm even answering your question, but it is an area that I can see that I'm not quite getting. If that adds anything.
Yeah,
But
or
like,
even like maybe for this trade, maybe you haven't like those key levels. That was other things that give you maybe confidence to do those longs.
well, yeah, well, I think it's the order flow that's helping me to get into these longs and then stay in it. I'm also watching the tape. It's hard to say. I don't know. It's still it's difficult to explain, but I do see it when I'm doing my reviews. Like, oh, okay, that's interesting. There was this, there was that in there, and yeah, it's still a little new to me. So I don't know how to answer that question.
Obviously, no way. And yeah, and about just the strategy and the scenarios, so that it seems more like notes than a real setups of, for example, for the entry. This seems like almost different. Um, you try to enter like multiple times.
Well, two trades before this one, I did get a scale, but that was not to the POC. I was reading the structure. It was a lower high, so I did know that I was going against the trend. So I did notice that because I could see the liquidity on the bid and everything. So that's why I said it's kind of a kind of trend trade, because you do get days where it opens and it sells off, and you know the trend is bearish, and then at some point it eats up all those people that are short, and then it still breaks the high of day. I mean, well, you know, the IBH or even the high of day. So yeah, it's probably what I'm kind of betting on as well. So you get fixated on that type of bias or mindset.
Yeah, but that's great to see charts. Keep going, ready.
All right, thanks.
Then yeah, and I like to where you scale out. So confluence of structure, you had levels as you explained. Because we can see like your other scales set near the IBH with again the structure and the liquidity. So yeah, I mean great job. I just
Yeah.
for the entry, I like when obviously when there is like bubbles or and relative volume in confluence. So I found some of the entry a bit aggressive. But yeah.
Go to the next slide, Bruce. It's more zoomed in with more detail. Yeah, just for context. I have nothing to say if anyone wanted to chime in.
Right.
Well done, Stephen.
Yeah.
I've got like 3 screens here, so I'm looking at the other one, and then I noticed
Yeah, no
I wasn't
yeah,
following.
but that's good for me. I don't know, David or Vinny.
Shall I grab the mic? So yeah, Stephen, great charting. Really nice to see the write-ups and the detailed notes, and it's great you're able to bring it to life. So thank you for sharing some of the gain and the pain here. I know it's always nice to see that. I love the persistency. I love the high frequency trading you've got going on here. It's great when you get slapped, you get off the canvas if you've hit it, and you get back up and having another go. So that's great. You really are swinging away. That bias thing, I can see Laura's done a couple of notes. That's something that Laura and me were talking about today. And I think before I've said I'm sort of biased long, and we can all get into that where we feel the market should go rather than it is going. So you're not alone in that, and it is something quite hard to sort of shake off. If I look at, say, like the first trade, don't worry, I'm not going to go through all of them. The first trade, when you got in there, you've got long. You know, I'm going to say WTF. If I look down at 1300 before, there's no buying going on. You've got some small red bars going in there, and you're going long. Now, there might be a reason you want to get long. Absolutely, there's particularly not necessarily ES. It might be on NQ. There's something else going on, so you want to get long. Was that a market order you got in there, or you put in a stop order above a little bit? Do you recall?
Are you talking about that one there, 0.1?
That one there, yeah.
Yeah, I had just taken, so I entered too long, and then I got a scale on the structure resistance, and then I added another one thinking we could hold here. But I did know that it would flush as well, but you never know. And I'm watching the dome, and I don't know, maybe I just react a little too quick, on the trigger. But yeah, and then I got taken out. Then I saw some buyers coming in again, and I thought, okay, maybe, here's the opportunity. And then I got taken out. So, yeah. But then I had to definitely take it on the next one because you got a lot of sellers in that move, and it's trading into high liquidity. So.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's the sort of thing, as Bruce would say, that I'm aggressively hitting at, and we've got.
You're going short there.
Appreciate it's tight in there. That would be another one of those lovely Bookmap Vs, which is flushing down. you've got, as you say, at 3, we've got the selling going on, selling stops, a little bit of green comes in, and that's a great aggressive, albeit mid risk in terms of going long. But before I throw the mic over to Vinny, just reiterate the point. Keep an eye on those bars, those volume bars would be my tip. If you are trying to be aggressive, again, use a stop entry. So at that first trade where you thought, yeah, we are going to break out, but you really are aggressively counter trend trading, if that's the right phrase, then look for maybe putting a stop entry a little bit higher up. Now, Bruce might say whether that's at 6144 or 6145, when it's broken back into a trend upwards, would be my sort of thoughts on any of those. But let me pass the mic to Vinny, please. But good trading, Stephen. Well done, fella. Good. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks.
Oh no, I have to pick up after Stan and David. Uh-oh. Okay. I'll try to do my best here with those two experts. All right. Well, Stephen, yes, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot to really that you can really talk about on your trade here, but I'm going to just really kind of condense it a little bit. Yeah, just a real quick overview. I see your checklist is above there. That looks great. There's a lot to follow here. I can see that you've really been looking at this. You've been looking at it for almost 3 hours on these couple of trades. I couldn't figure out how many trades you did, but I think Stan answered that question. There's a couple of trades. Just more specifically regarding your first trade on number 1. For that particular entry, for me, I just had a challenge to really. Did I get that right? Number 1, I think you entered long there.
It was an add because I was long already, and I took a scale at the structure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and it was an add, and I immediately got stopped out. So I had 2, took 1 off, and then took a stop for 2.
Okay. Now, when I look at that add-on, I'm like, okay, what's my justification? What reason can I have to add on to there? And so I'm looking, is there any kind of liquid support or like I think you used a VWAP, but I just couldn't identify something that I can really justify to add on there. But nevertheless, sometimes we can get a little frustrated because hey, we got 40 and this goes up to 47 at 7 points, and we can't get every single one. And then you had a nice dive down there to number you have your 2 and 3, and there's some liquid down there, and then it bounces up, and then it comes back down. And I see your order there, the number 4 entered long, and that's another thing. I think you mentioned it was aggressive there, and again, I'm looking at that. I'm like, okay, where's my justification to go ahead and enter there? And so I'm still waiting a little bit until your number 6s come up, because now we're starting to have some orders coming in, which could be some support. So now I'm seeing orders being starting to climb a little higher. So that's where I would begin to look at. And then you have another one that come in about 1430. So you have a couple of layers there of liquid for support. So that might be an area where I might consider to enter a trade for long, right in that area. Now, through us, it's like quarterbacking, but so now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers there, and then sure enough, this thing did climb up to your liquid, I think way up there at 50. So that might have been a 10-point opportunity, and then I'm done for the day. And I think you have anywhere between 7 and 10 points. So does that make sense? I'm looking for
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
It's so clear to me when I was doing it, that I was like, oh no. I was hoping you guys wouldn't pick this slide, but anyways.
No, you picked it apart. I mean, you got 16. I mean, you are identifying every key aspect of this chart. Now we need to go ahead and tone it down and really, from 16, maybe tone it down to half that, and see where you can go ahead and you know what I mean? And pick apart and fine tune to find out where we can enter this trade, which gives you the biggest edge and opportunity. And
100%.
And maybe Bruce can go ahead and shed some more light onto this, if that makes sense.
Vinny, I beautiful comment there about well, first off, Stephen, incredible work. I mean, look at the effort here and the focus, and it's really great. And I think Vinny has a really good point though of like, okay, but no, let's start to edit. And what are some of the pieces to edit? And you know, for he said for him, okay, we know, you know, there's high liquidity getting filled. You got your VWAP, you got your flush through, or I'm sorry, your V bottom, your flush through. You're picking it up in here in these areas in here, and you have valid reasons with that this high liquidity, and again high liquidity, and then you know, and then Vinny's like now starting to see this, and he's like, now I'm getting kind of interested, and so. You know, yeah, that I really like the comment, Vinny, and so now you're, you know, just kind of instead of 16 points, maybe it comes down to like, you know, maybe you get to like 8, 9, 10, or and then it comes down to like 4 or 5, and you know, start to hone it, because you've identified all the pieces here in detail. And then that would be my main, I think, comment. And then just a few things that I notice and would love to get your feedback, Stephen, about some of these entries. Like here, I don't quite understand. I know that you said this is a scale.
Add.
And add, yeah.
Yeah, I had scaled and added now. Well, that was my third position because I had 2 contracts and I took one off.
Right.
And then I saw it as an opportunity. Well, because sometimes you get this ebb and flow where it will, you know, go up again. But yeah, anyway, carry on.
Well, I mean, this is where like I hate to bring up something because I don't have Bookmap up right now. I've had to close it, but I'm going to show a very simple candlestick chart here. So this was yesterday's action, and it's in here. And let me go to 15-minute chart here. Hold on. So, all right. So here's yesterday's action. It's in this area. Here's your flush through here, right? Here's your range. It's really this overnight range. And you can see that it closed up here, and then we've been closing now on the daily chart in here. You know, these are some big moves up, so we're kind of looking for a pause, and that was yesterday, and that was the day where, you know, it was pulling back, and even this is pretty mild of a pullback for such a big move up. But the key levels. So this level here is what, 38, or, you know, you can look at maybe even these levels in here on the overnight. This one's probably the best. So 39, well, let's just call it 40, right? So jump over here. Here's your 40 here, right? So you're looking at, that's why you're getting, or you're interested in these areas. You've got high liquidity, it's getting filled, and you just don't, so you got the passive orders, but you don't have the aggressors yet. Then David had noticed that's when now you're starting to get the aggressors, and now you got 2 pieces, and this is going to help filter out you know, getting in here, and instead get in when you got more on your side, and then you know, then look, you know, we're still in a downtrend, right? For the day, it's still trending down. Take some off at the top of the range. You know, just build some of that confidence. How many times, like, it doesn't, I find again and again, like, I'm like, well, I don't see liquidity. Come on, the buyers are coming in. This is a key level. It's got to go. It's got to come up to here, and it just doesn't. But you know, you at least you took some off, or, you know, at that point, if you do hold it and you're looking for it, you know, stop to break even, and just get stopped out at break even. Don't let this crush you, because that's exactly what happened here. It crushed everybody, and it's ever apparent here in this chart, right? Here are some of the swings here. Here's the crush right here, and then what does it do? Chops around and then bumps to the upside, right? And then it closes. You know, look at the we'll look at the close in here, and then look at this grind up over on the overnight, and look at today. Okay, and here it is here, right? This move here is I actually kind of caught this in real time yesterday, and I'll have a replay file for you guys on it. But here's that trend line break. Right now we don't have. It's not a beauty here in the setup because it's kind of over a lot of time here. All of this chop, but it's in here. I mean, you've got all of this high liquidity getting filled on the bid. You've got your flush through, and then we're again looking for, like Vinny said, we're looking for high liquidity on the bid. Now we're looking for our aggressors, and they come in, and they come in pretty hard. Saw this, and I got a horrible entry on this. I think I got in like up here someplace, but I was just so convinced. Okay, it's not. Who cares about my trade? What I just want to mention is here, when you see the momentum like this, sometimes it just doesn't matter where you get in. The momentum is so strong that you're looking for it to come up at least to you know, your levels of importance or high liquidity or big figure, etc. So I'm sorry guys, I've been long-winded today. The main key point is getting more on your side and putting those pieces together. So get that passive, wait for the aggressive. So passive, aggressive, you got a winner. You know, here's your flush through, and then maybe some aggressors, maybe take it up here. It went a little bit higher where it dropped from, but you know, again, passive flush through, passive, it doesn't really fill, but do we get the aggressors in this area in here, really accumulation? And we do, and then these guys tell you here, and then now you got this all on your side, and then maybe you can, you know, it's more likely once you see these aggressors, you get the move.
Yeah. And that time of day, Bruce, if I chip across, because that's that power hour as you get into the RTH close, the earlier trades over Stephen are through the lunch, and I would say lunch goes to 14:30, as all the books I've ever read on. Stephen's got this is UK time, David. What are you talking about?
No, this is he's got it for this is East Coast time.
East Coast, yeah. But you're right. It's from 1500 off it goes. Yeah, you got the volume bars on your side. They're building. The narrative's there. The time of day is going on. You're getting out all of that chug. And I'm dare say that angle. There's some steeper angles around as well on that. But it's waiting for the market to come to what you want to do. That's the right phrase, or a phrase.
I have the ingredients here. I just have to now
hone it.
Hone it and refine it a bit more. It's clearly slapping me in the face what it is. But you know, it just shows you sometimes you still have those bad habits. But this particular day was a bit rough. It was just, you know, selling off the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think I do.
Well, I mean,
but yeah, appreciate it.
No, like I said, I mean, incredible efforts here, really, and kudos to you. It's really, you've been doing this, you know, you've been putting a lot of effort in. And then as David had said, look at you know, look at this close, and you know, this is something to definitely look for as well for your higher time frames. So, you know, here's our close, and And this is the pull away right here. There's that big move. It even retested it here, which was shocking to me. This is a great entry right here.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like it.
And you know, it's a pullback. You've got lots of liquidity and support in here. Funny enough, I mean, it's at the close, so you don't know, and you get some back and forth in here, but clearly the buyers come in again, clearly. And you know, bit of a tough read, but like the close after this drip all day, and you got that close, and then, you know, look at this crazy move. So we don't know that's going to happen, but we have an idea with some of the activity here on the close. So just some thoughts.
Hey Bruce, you see he had a really great target too up there at 57. He's
Yeah,
climbed way up there.
Yeah,
that was my final target. So you can see on my ad on 11, I took target at number 10. That was my scale, and then I added, and then I took a scale again on the second ad at 15, and then I still had a remainder to target 2. But obviously we didn't get that when I noticed the book getting light on the close.
Yeah. So a tough one because of all the chop. But yeah, you nailed it. I mean, you had the right idea. I think it's a tough read because of this, you know, overnight, and also the swing here from previous day, and this being a key level, and it's holding, right? And it flushes through. And then the buyers come in and just move it right back. And it totally holds in here on high volume. So anyway, it's it must have been frustrating to hang through all of that. But anyway, you got a lot out of this chart.
Some of my probes were short stops, so you know it's part of the territory. You know, as long as you're taking a shot, and I did get the scale. You don't see it here, but I did get a scale, and that's why that's what makes it kind of worth the effort. But I understand what you guys are trying to get me to understand. So I need to definitely put more conscious effort into that. But we've got the ingredients here. I just need to really hone it.
Oh, you do. You do, definitely, Steve. Definitely.
And you know, it worked in my favor, but I can definitely clean up my entry.
So Stephen, I would say the best thing after hearing what your decision making and all of that through here on this chart, the best feedback that I can give would be like, you've got some pieces here, you know, like you said, you've got the ingredients in here. You need to try to get 2 or 3, try to get as many things on your side as you can. And you've got a couple really nice ones here. Then you got your aggressors, right? And there's a little structure break right here. You know, a little swing right there. Comes up, it even retests that structure, and then it goes again. You put that on your side, I just think more likely you'll get a positive result. That's the kind of micro trade, but the more macro would be really all of this in here. You're flush through, and then it still accepts in this whole area here, and then they really hit it over the head. So I can't wait to send you this file, Stephen, because this really hit me over the head. At least it's like, whoa, they're coming in, then they're going to move it. Here they are, right after all of this, all day long. All right. Anything else, guys? Stan, Vinny, David, Steven?
No, that's great. Great trade.
I'm
Stephen.
good.
Great spot.
Okay.
Nice lessons there. Well done, everyone.
Let's see. We've got Rob. I don't know if Rob is in here today. Not be.
Smoking his cigar.
Yeah, he's out.
In the Monday
Or he's
morning
fixing the
quarterback
house.
chair, Bruce. Yeah.
It's probably fixing the house.
Yeah. Let's see here. Well, I wouldn't mind. We've got about 15 minutes left. And BlockWiz is a new guy in here. Has been putting a lot of work in, a lot of efforts, and coming to these meetings. So let's invite him up. And I've got a couple images here to go through. Let's see here. I think can go. This one, and I've got a follow-up image as well. Let's see, BlockWiz. Let's see. Welcome, and if you want to come on up to the stage, I don't know if you got your mic all set up. If you don't, you can just text in the chat there, and we can go through it if you like, or without your narrative. When we try to, the whole idea here is to get you guys to speak, and then for us to give you feedback on your thoughts and your ideas. Okay. I guess BlockWiz, nothing, or you might be away from your screen or not able to respond. Okay. Let's see. And I guess we can go over Moby's images. Moby always does such a nice job. Or David, you've got Rob as well.
I've got Mr. Davis, haven't I? Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we go over that? Because he's using the Trading Journal, which is great. Great to see. Take it away, David.
Yeah, sure. So I've got 3 chart set up from Rob. So thank you for that, Rob. Really, really appreciate that. Also, you've got the dashboard in the middle. So thank you very much for sharing your pain and your gain, etc., etc. We've got time zones on there. We've got dates, etc. So I love all of that. We've got the candle chart, Bruce, at the very start, and it's got the options level on it. So we've seen your candle charts today, Bruce. You guys know I do use candle charts. I use M1 candle charts, and I use tick candle charts, as well as obviously my Bookmap. And they're great, as you can see here, Bruce, where those levels are, where those potential sort of reversals, 180s, and so forth. And if I can use the phrase again of blowing my own trumpet, those of you in Spot Gamma that were seeing me trading when I was away, I was trading just from my phone, Bruce, just from C-Trader, off charts, just like this, just taking predominantly longs off those lows. So they can be, to many of us, really, really powerful, particularly when they are married up with the options. So this gives the context that Rob was working to. If we then go down to the Bookmap chart, please, Bruce, which is the 3rd one. That's the baby there. Now, it's a little bit busy. I think he's been trying to copy your charts, I think, Stephen. It's a little bit busy. So, Rob, as a tip, great context you've got here with all the trades that you've got going on, but it would be quite nice. And unfortunately, the quality when you pull it off Discord is not brilliant. If maybe next time you can do some zooming and then take a screenshot, so you've got the overall context and you've got the same the detail that we've got. Similar sort of thing going on here. I'm going to say like yourself, Stephen. Sorry to keep cribbing your name there. Where Rob has been getting into some trades and really he's been a bit aggressive on them, as you can perhaps or not see where he's trying to get in. The volume bars aren't with him. It's low volume. The market is clearly pulling back, flushing down, my phrase of flushing down to a lower level, flushing down to get better pricing. But he's persistent. He's persistent and he gets back in, Bruce, and he does overall have a pretty good day. as we can see on his dashboard, which is nice. He's got 5 winners and he's got 2 losers. That's the one. And he's got a 71% win rate, if that's the right thing. So yeah, no, it's great to see you improving, Rob. So I know over the months, it might even be a year, isn't it, Bruce? We've been looking at that. So other key things on the chart, of course, are those V's and everything else. The best trades on that chart, sorry, Bruce, I'm all over the shop here. The best thing on the chart, and I don't think it's the same day as yours, Stephen, is on the right-hand side. You know, you've got the volume picking up. And you guys know I'm a VPA, volume price analysis trader. It can just tell you so much on what's going on. So keep an eye on it, as we saw with yours, Stephen. Keep an eye on those net delta bars. Is it telling you what you need to do, and go from there? And he only trades NQ. You're right, Stephen. You're quite right. That was a bit of a ramble there, wasn't it, Bruce? I'm running the clock.
No, nothing compared to my rambles. So that was very concise.
A concise ramble. Yeah. We'll throw it out to Stan, please. If you can see that eye shower there, Stan.
Yeah. Yeah, not to add more. I think, as you said, a lot of entry, a bit aggressive, but if you have your reasons, that's perfect.
Yeah. And he's definitely improving, because we, politely, Rob's had, as we all do, he's had some really, Nicky Nightmare trades that he's shared with us. But he seems to have really honed now in terms of what he's doing with options and what he's doing with Bookmap, which is great to see. And to be getting 5 out of 7 respect, utter respect there, Rob. Great to see it. Shame you're not on the mic today, but you're building woodsheds as we gather. Benny, sir, help, please. Your expertise.
Yes, David, I followed every word of what you said.
Thank you, sir. Too kind.
And you too, Bruce.
We're going to throw the ball back to Bruce in his armchair, aren't we?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Hey, I just want to throw back to the candlestick chart that you have up over there. I mean, this might just be a side note, but I looked right around his 9 o'clock time frame, and I see that trend break and a higher low. They're right around 9 on the candlestick chart that you had up there, Bruce, the very first one. Now, when I saw that one, I'm like, okay, hey, this might be an opportunity to take maybe a shot at this long. Do you see that if you zoom in a little bit? So now you have a little bit of a trend break there, and then you have a higher low, and then once it breaks that trend, well, then you might be able to take this long. So and it just popped up.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I saw that right there. That really kind of stands out quite a bit. Now regarding his trade that he took right around like 12:15 and 12:30, if we want to go back over there, I see what he has over here. Now you have the liquidity there, and it almost looks like it's a double bottom over there. I'm not really sure. 12:15 to 12:45, like you said. Maybe we can, it could be a little bit more clear if you zoom in, but at least visually right now, just off the top of my head, I mean, it looks like you have a nice high low there, and then you can just take this long. But I think you pretty much covered it all, David. Nice going.
Oh, well done, team. No, thank you, sir. Thank you. Back to the Monday morning quarterback leader, please.
The armchair quarterback here.
That's armchair generals.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a tricky one here. I mean, it's plain as day when you look at it. Buyers and but I can see, at the time when we don't know, and to me, I know Rob looks for that continuation pattern. This looks great, for that continuation pattern, and it doesn't work, or it comes all the way back down to here, where those buyers initiated and came in, and that's kind of deflating here, because even look at this in here, look at all of that buying in here. This is looking great for that continuation pattern. I'm really happy to see you, Rob, that you made some good money for the day on it, and you had a lot of winners. But this is really kind of tricky in here. It's looking really good, but yet it comes back all the way here, and then kind of redoes it, and then finally you get the follow through at the later in the afternoon. So tricky, but nonetheless, like you're really honing it, Rob. You're really seeing some good stuff, and putting those pieces together. And again, going back to Stephen, yeah, again, it is tricky. Like here, I'd be looking for something to happen. We do have some key levels. We do have some high liquidity, and well, key levels on a smaller time frame at least. It kind of struggles. It bounces, but it goes lower. But here is where you got your high liquidity, it hits into that. It trades it. Then your aggressors come in, then your structure breaks, and then it's off to the races to the upside, up to some of these swings. Again, trying to, I think, put as many pieces as we can on our side. Yet nonetheless, I mean, it comes all the way back down and tests this level again, and yet there's still more liquidity here, and does not trade into or through. Bouncing around again, and then like you had mentioned, David, you got one spike in here, but a real big one here, now you're looking for here are your targets, right?
That's it. Yes, go.
So trying to get as much as we can on our side, is that liquidity trading, do we get aggressors on the other side moving? And where might they go? And these would be the passive liquidity would be the targets at that point. I don't know. It's a tricky one. I'm sure. I would have been cussing at the chart in some of these areas in here, but because this looks so clear to me, this right in here. A continuation pattern looks just beautiful right here, and yet it fails. Some tricky things in there, Rob, but you really you stuck with it, and great stuff. Great to see, Rob. Great to see as well. Looking at statistics, quantifying this, bringing this kind of stuff in, how are you doing? How's it going against you? What's your win percentage? I mean, biggest loser, biggest winner, or in averages, and you took it from a kind of a slight down day here to a positive day. Beautiful. This is where I think that honing, Stephen, that we were talking about, kind of getting rid of the stuff that's not helping. The ingredients, all the ingredients are there, but pick the right things and the right recipe, and put the right pieces together, and you got it.
He did. I haven't used my golfing analogies yet. Sorry, but come on, Billy, help me. He had a couple of really bad holes here. But he had 18 to play, and he just stuck at it. It's great, Rob. Like we saw with Stephen, just stuck at it, and that's what we need to do as these discretionary day traders. It's easy to give up after one or two bad trades, but no, he dug in, and what a great way to finish the day, Rob. So respect, sir.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see this improvement.
It is.
And just heartwarming to see. So anyway. Let's see. Let me take a screenshot here of this. So next time, let's see. We've got BlockWiz, CMJ. Boy, who else has been creating some content in here? Laura, of course. DNT, Shark, of course, and there were some other guys in here earlier. I know they've been creating some content. Keep it up. We'll cover you guys next time. Right? We'll put it in the list here. Anyway, let's see. I think, I mean, we're about at 6 o'clock East Coast time. We've been going for just about 2 hours. Why don't we wrap it up here? And any concluding comments? Start with Stan, and then Vinny, and then David. Take us out.
Yeah, thank you everyone for posting. Keep posting. Thank you.
Yes, this is Vinny. Stan had the honors, at the tee. So, I'm second up. Thank you very much, everybody. Boy, we had a lot of traders in here today, everybody. We had over 30. So at one point. So, hey, let's keep rocking it. All right. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Great stuff. No, great stuff. Great. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Richard, all the thing on the posting and so forth. I think if there's a little lesson here today, Bruce, it's work on the honing, get yourself onto the practice ground, do those playbacks, and be persistent. You can see we've seen some great examples today of real trading where, we're a couple of holes down, whatever a couple of goals down, a couple of points down, and yet within the RTH session, at the end of the day, we came out green, respectfully green. So great weekend ahead. Back to you, Bruce, sir, please.
Oh yeah, no, I just really have to commend everybody, coaches, and the efforts you guys put in. Stephen, and all the Bookmap Academy guys, and the efforts you put in. But it really goes out to you, Stephen, today. That was a tremendous effort. And there's lots to give feedback. I hope some of that feedback was good. You can get a lot out of it. Really appreciate all the effort. All right, that's it. So thank you everybody, and we will catch up next time. All right, thanks again.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Cheers now. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now.